Commissioner David Stern has been hospitalized. The NBA released the following statement, which said Stern suffered a sudden brain hemorrhage today and underwent emergency surgery. Our thoughts and prayers, the statement reads, are with David and his family. Stern's 30-year run as commissioner began in 1984, and in 2014 he stepped down, replaced by Adam Silver. This was the commissioner during all of your careers, and one of the best commissioners in all of sports in that 30-year tenure.
Well, I think that for me personally, he's meant a great deal, because when I was younger, I did a lot of stupid things, and it's terrifying to go in his office. He ran a tight ship when he got you in there, but at the meeting, he would always tell you, hey, you got to learn from this, grow and mature. And I think that people see all the money in sports today, think that it was always like that. When I got to the NBA in 1984, which was commissioner's first year, the average salary was $250,000. It's almost $9 million now. And he is largely responsible for that. And every time I saw him, I just saw him at the Hall of Fame. I told him, thank you very much. Even when he was giving it to me, he did it like a father figure. So I got nothing but love and respect for David, and bless him.
Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, to reiterate what Charles said and add on to it is his ability to understand the global game and understand how basketball was more than just a culture game of America. He understood how to introduce it to the world, you know, obviously with the Dream Team being the first part of it and carrying on and so forth and so forth. So, but just a person who that every time, I don't know, Chuck, every time you would seem like you were, every time you're with him, rather, I'm not just seeing, he's still here, but every time you're with him, it feels like you learn something. He says like one thing about business or about the game or about strategy that you go, man, I never looked at it that way.
Right.
So that's what, you know, the most enjoyable part of being around Commissioner Stern.
He's what you would call a visionary. In 1984, he envisioned all that's going on now. Europe, China, big TV contracts, free agency, guys being able to, you know, pick and control where they go. And he was a great man. I knew in 1991 when I shook his hand, I was like, I'm finally here. Because, you know, for all of us as a kid, you want to make it to the NBA. Before you get to the NBA, you got to shake the commissioner's hand.
You got to shake his hand?
So
take that
when
picture
I first
with the
shook his hand, I was like, wow.
But I will tell
I'm
you,
here.
like I said, I did a lot of stupid stuff when I was young. It's terrifying being in his office.
See, I never had that experience.
Oh,
like
Kenny.
on the other end of it.
But see, I think Ernie's had it, because he's tough on TV people too.
Yes. Yep.
But man, I've been in that office, I think, 4 times, and it is terrifying. But I told you, at the end of the meeting, he said, son, just at some point, you know, you got to grow up. But he always, like you said, he always made me feel better at the end. Even though he had chewed me out for 30 minutes, at the end, like he said, hey, you're going to be fine. Just learn from this.
And we talk about his vision and his scope for the game and going outside of borders. And on this night in which a game is played in Mexico City, again, as that series continues, that's all the work of David Stern. So he is hospitalized tonight. Prayers up for the former commissioner, who is a friend of all of ours. And Irvin Magic Johnson joined Cookie and I in praying for my good friend who helped save my life, former NBA Commissioner David Stern. And you see the details there as we brought them to you earlier about the brain hemorrhage and the emergency surgery in New York. And that from Chris Paul, that sums it up. We'll be back. How about that first game of our doubleheader tonight? Joel Embiid taking your guys' advice and your strong opinions to heart.
Oh, that's right. With 4 people around, all you got to do is go over Sean, get out the way. That's it right there.
He would respond with a season high 38 points on this night in Boston.
Oh, okay. Way to rotate, big man. Too late,
though. He was.
Give me that. There you go, right there. That's all you got to do.
Daniel Tice met at the rim by the process, and the Sixers win it 115
Still a process?
to 109. Philadelphia now on top of the Atlantic Division, and after the game we had a chance to spend a little time with Joel Embiid.
You know, whatever you guys said, you know, I like it. I like when people I don't think you guys were criticizing me, but I like when people criticize me because I want to be better. I want to be great. So, I appreciate it.
We will bring you the entire conversation we had with Joel Embiid on Inside the NBA. Meantime, quickly to the game that we're watching right now, 62-53, the Nuggets with the lead over the Blazers. And boy, we've watched this Portland team struggle out of the gate this year, Chuckster.
Yeah, they're not any good. They need to make a trade. I know Sunday you can start making trades. They need to do something. This team is stale. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, who's a big-time NBA person. They're like, the toughest thing, like when the Clippers got to the point when they had DeAndre, Chris, and Blake Griffin, they're like, this is for us, we can go.
Ceiling. Yeah.
This is our ceiling. And they broke it up. They said, we never made it to the conference finals. We got 3 guys who are really good players, and we haven't even made it to the conference finals. This team in Portland, they've gone as